asking.
This is what I was waiting for. I knew this was gonna happen. Welcome to the Town Alone Basketball and Hockey Podcast. I'm your host, Adam Hess, and with me, as always, he's the oldest guy without a cup. It's Mike Regan. Mike, how you doing today?
It's not true. There are players older than me without a cup.
Yeah, name
Unless
21.
you mean like I don't just leave the house wearing like an actual physical cup.
Do players wear cups?
When I played like hockey for that little bit, so I wanted to get into it, I did wear my cup every time. I did wear my cup. It was my mouth guard that I just eventually was like, nah, not doing it.
But like, do professional players still wear cups? Like basketball players
probably.
definitely don't, because I've seen a lot of basketball players get kicked below the belt.
That's funny. Basketball players are the last people I thought would be wearing cups. I don't know why. I guess it's
when
'cause,
Draymond
like,
Green's
not
on the
as-
court, you're at risk.
Right. I guess it's because it's not as much like of a blatantly physical sport. You know, like there is physicality in basketball, but it doesn't come across as much on TV the way like hockey and football do. So I wouldn't expect them to wear a cup, but that's actually probably smart. Like if I played basketball, every time like I went up for a rebound and a player from the other went up like for a rebound, I would just like accidentally throw my knee up right into his balls.
Like, when I was a kid and I was playing and I would wear a cup, I just remember like how much it would hurt after like a 4-hour game pressing into the sides of my legs.
It presses into it, yeah.
Yeah,
Especially like imagine if you were like a 400-pound basketball player and you got that fupa.
Why is there a
pressing
400-pound
in there.
basketball player outside of Zion Williamson?
Oh shit.
Like I played offensive line
Yes.
when I was a bigger kid, so like I'm guessing that when you get to like the tackle level in the NFL, it's got to be like enormous amounts of pain to wear a cup. I'm surprised that shit doesn't splint
Oh,
the
'cause
way that
you're
their
crouched
tree
down
trunk
so
ass
much.
legs. Yeah.
Wait, were we talking about football the whole time and I misheard you?
Well, no, just like any of these sports. Does anyone wear
Okay,
a cup?
sport. Okay, I just wanted to make sure. I thought I was like, oh,
You
shit,
said
I
a
messed up.
400-pound basketball player, and like fucking name one.
Well, no, I was just saying like a heavily. Never mind, because I was going to say a heavily obese basketball player, but then for sure, people in the comments are going to come after me and try to cancel me for just mentioning a fat person. So
I'll mention a few fat persons. Shaq.
they're so brave. They're so brave.
Who else?
So brave. Kendrick
remember
Perkins.
Yeah, Perk. That's not a bad one.
Who was the Boston guy? They called him like Baby or Big Baby. What was his name?
Joe
You know who
Mazzulla.
I'm talking about, right?
No, who's
No.
Big Baby? Glenn Davis.
Did you already look it up?
Yeah.
And that's the actual answer.
Yeah.
Yep, Glenn Big Baby Davis. They called him that because I guess he had a baby face. I don't know, but probably just the big part was more the thing that stuck. I don't know.
But anyways, do professional athletes wear cups? Like, are NHL players wearing cups?
Football players are definitely all wearing cups.
I don't think they all are.
I think they all are. What position? So you're thinking like offensive linemen probably don't? Because if
No,
that's
I think-
the case, I'm nut tapping everybody. Like if I'm an edge rusher, I'm just accidentally, my hand swings, I'm nut tapping every tackle who tries to stop me.
I think anyone
If I
who has
know
to
that.
rely on their lower body movement is not wearing a cup, especially at the professional level when it's like
That makes sense.
yeah, like maybe quarterbacks would be the only person I could think of who would wear a cup, but outside of that, like everyone else, there's
Yeah.
so much movement that like a cup's going to inhibit it. It'd be like a track player wearing a cup. Like, can you
I feel
imagine
like-
a wide receiver wearing a cup and still taking off on the line and going full speed? Like that shit. That
Yeah.
shit's like your plumbing's not designed to have little ridges sticking out into your legs. You know?
I mean, like in hockey, I could definitely get wearing a cup because hockey players will take any advantage they can get. So they will accidentally stick tap you.
Yeah.
So I can get that, but I understand it. Yeah, especially for people who are very well endowed, it probably has to be tough wearing a cup. You know,
Like
I couldn't
if you
wear
could think
one.
Of a
You
certain
know,
person.
exactly. Like I couldn't. Like for me personally, when I played sports, which was never, for the most part, at least as a kid growing up, because I was a band nerd, I couldn't fit. You know, I just couldn't fit my full 27 inches into that cup. You know, it was just too tough.
I feel like you would just pass out when you woke up.
Yeah, probably.
Um,
Tough.
But anyways, here's how I'll close this conversation. Let me close the conversation by saying this.
That was a good but anyways, by the way.
Yeah. I'll close the conversation by saying this. I don't care how old I get. I don't care how mature I am. I don't care what kind of artistic endeavors I prefer or follow or what kind of adult I want to be. Every time a man in a professional sport, gets hit in the beanbags, I will laugh so hard I get tears in my eyes.
Oh, it's hilarious.
It's funny.
That's one of the things.
100%
No matter how
of
old
the
you
time.
get. Yes, no matter how old you get, nut shots make you laugh. They're just funny.
I just like I remember God, it was some NFL game this year where as a wide receiver was getting tackled, you can see the defensive back's arm come up underneath between his legs and kind of low blow him like he was in WWE.
You know what?
And
I realized that I said, oh, like I remembered it, but I realized that anytime someone gets hit in the nuts in sports, we send it to each other. So I may not.
And I just remember
not positive.
I just remember sitting on my couch laughing until I had tears in my eyes after that. It is funny every single time.
It's always funny.
It is always funny. And as a man, I can say that because I have been hit where you don't want to get hit before. And so I have that experience, you know? Women aren't allowed to laugh at it. If any woman laughs at a guy getting hit in the nuts, you have to shame her.
Punch him. Yeah. Right in the box. How do you like it? Like you remember when you were a kid, like hang out with friends, someone nut taps you and you're angry for a second and you're like, you got me. You nut tap me, you got me. I feel like I'm about to puke, but you got me.
Oh, really? As soon as they did that, I started plotting my revenge, and 30, 40 years later, I waited for them to be asleep on my couch and shot him in the back of the head.
The next thing they knew, you were feeding them chili at the Chili Con Carnival, and the pieces of their parents were in it.
What's the band? Is it Radiohead that's there?
It is Radiohead. It's his favorite band, yeah. Deep cut South Park references for all you.
Not a deep cut. That
Gen
is a
Z.
very well-known South Park reference.
No, but it's like early, I think it's like the second or third season. Like I don't know, maybe the second
everyone
or
was watching.
first or
Unlike
second.
now,
when everybody still watches it.
Yeah, I think it got like the highest rating on TV of any non-sports thing.
They're literally it. It's like it's the only good thing that gets TV ratings are like live sports in South Park.
Yeah,
and
live
somehow
sports,
Fox News.
award
I don't
shows,
get that,
and South Park. Yeah.
Who watches award shows?
I don't know, man. They do like 3 million views per show, which is very
You know
good
what
in
I do?
2026.
When an award show happens is I just look up who wins on my phone.
Buddy.
Sorry, and then we'll cut it off and you can cut all this. And then if like a person who's hosting is someone like that I like, for example, like when Shane Gillis hosted the ESPYs, I find him very funny. I went online afterwards and watched the jokes he made. Who watches an award show?
Podcasters. It's mostly podcasters and people who program other award shows. It's like how NFL reporters and journalists will write books about like the history of the NFL, but they'll be like, I wrote it as like a memoir about Buddy Ryan, but it's actually about the history of the NFL. The only people that buy that is other NFL writers who are writing a book about the history of the NFL. It's like an Ouroboros. It's a self-fulfilling marketplace where only people buying those books are other people writing those books.
Do you think the people who vote on the Academy, the people who vote on the Oscars, watch the Oscars?
No, I don't even think they watch the movies, so I'd be very surprised if they watch the Oscars.
That was such the perfect response to that question. Thank you. All right. On to hockey.
We are a hockey podcast brought to you by the same people who brought you an 11-minute conversation about getting hit in the nuts during professional sports. Mike, the playoffs have started. It's playoff time. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, I guess we'll talk about it then. I didn't know.
Some series are 2 games in. One series is 1 game in.
Fucking Ducks.
Because the Ducks.
Goddamn Ducks and Oilers.
The Ducks and Oilers are lazy.
8 series in the first round, and they can't just go 4-1 night, for the next night, 4-1 night, for the next night. They gotta.
Listen, in their defense, it's a very long trip between Anaheim and Edmonton. They don't have like a short trip like Montreal to Tampa Bay.
What is that? Probably like 2 hours. Up
Edmonton
the coast.
to Anaheim. Well, it's hockey, so they're not flying. So like
they're
13 hours,
flying
14-hour walk.
They at least got flying money.
Here,
they're probably staying at. They're staying at the local Comfort Inn, but they at least got flying money.
Alberta, Canada, to Anaheim.
Oh, well, I guess
I still cannot spell.
Yeah, I guess
from
it
Calgary
is
to
up
Anaheim.
and to
You
the
want
right.
to guess how much a flight? Oh, here we go. From Edmonton to Anaheim. You want to guess how much a flight from Edmonton to Anaheim is, Mike?
Well, these numbers aren't accurate because the playoff series is going on right now.
Uh-huh.
But I'm gonna guess
Round trip.
100 and round trip.
Oh, just give me one way. I have the one way. Give me one way.
One way, I'm gonna guess $185.
$143.
Okay, I wasn't too far off in the grand spectrum of things, but it's probably more like what, like a 3-hour flight when I think about it.
3 hours and 35 minutes.
Okay, yeah, that makes more sense. Because at first I was thinking like Vancouver, where it's literally like it's a straight shot up the coast, but that you got to go up and over, so it's a little bit different, but still.
And
Anytime,
if we were
like
to
who was it?
fly from Tampa Bay to Montreal.
That's a long one. That's probably like a 6-hour flight at least.
That is. Drum roll, Mike. Drum roll. 10 hours and 11 minutes.
Jesus Christ. Okay, so when they get 2 days off for travel, I won't bitch as much. That's not true. I always bitch. You're a pro athlete. You can't take 1 day for travel and then get
Is
back
that why
to
I'm
work.
wearing a
Not
cup
you.
right
I'm
now?
just no. You wear cups during podcast.
Should we wear cups during
You
the
should
podcast
also-
just to see?
You should also put a mouth guard in. You can chew it all the time, like
Steph?
Well, on Baskey, I was gonna say on Baskey you can chew it like Matthew Kachuk, and then on the other Baskey with Tyler Karkar of the podcast, you can chew it like Steph.
You really trapped yourself in a corner with how you started that on Baskey.
I did.
I was kind of hoping you just really lean into it and go, on Baskey you can chew it like Matthew Kachuk, and then on Baskey you can chew it like Steph Curry.
Just ignore what I said. Yeah.
But Mike, we're going to do a simple gimmick here where we're going to go through all of these playoff matches for each team. We're going to flip a coin.
Mm-hmm.
If it comes up, do you want me to get a physical coin for this, or can I just flip a digital one?
I feel like since we now do a video podcast, you have to get a physical coin.
Okay, give me a second. I'll grab a physical. Wait,
All right.
is a penny okay?
Any physical coin. Be
Okay,
careful.
penny
Those
is
pennies. Pennies are rare now. They don't make them
Yeah.
anymore. So.
I'm going to flip it, and then Trump's going to run in here and grab it with his tiny little hand and run away. Okay, I got a penny. Here, let's see if we can put this on camera here. Let's see if the people can see this. I got a penny
What
here.
year is it? What year?
I dropped it. It is a 2028.
Oh, that's a good one. Wait, what?
2003.
Ugh, not a good year. Yeah, not a good year.
And I also, just in case, like we said, penny grabbing Trump comes in here. He grabs him by the penny. I also got a quarter.
You know, like grab by the penny and people will still vote for you.
Let's see. It's a New York State quarter, Mike. New York State.
Oh, I thought you said a penny.
I grabbed a penny
That
and
was
a
a
quarter,
quarter.
just in case someone comes and grabs my
if
penny.
Trump runs in and grabs
Yeah.
your penny, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. But I wear a cup, so he can't grab my penny.
I would say take him to court if he grabs your penny, but people would still vote for him, unfortunately, so it doesn't matter.
Mike, they can't vote for him a third time. This isn't Get Out.
They somehow will. They'll be right in ballots.
But simple gimmick here.
Yes.
We're going to flip this penny until Trump grabs it, and then we'll flip the quarter. Every time that we talk about team, if it comes up heads, I have to defend that team's chances of winning their series. And if it comes up tails, Mike has to defend that team's chances of winning the series. So heads means I'm 4, tails means you're 4.
Right. You guys say which team is heads and tails, though, right?
Nope, we're going to do it for every team.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. So there's a chance that you're going to have to make the argument for why Colorado's going to win the series, and then also make the argument
And
for why
LA.
the Kings are going to win that series.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay. All right. I pray to God that on my life that doesn't happen, but let's go.
Oh, it almost definitely will, Mike. That's how odds work.
50-50.
If it doesn't happen,
Steiner math.
I'm taking this penny to Vegas. I'm gonna show it the sphere. All right, Mike, and Mitch Marner. I'm gonna show it Mitch Marner. We're gonna start here with the Colorado Avalanche. Once again, heads means I'm for the Colorado Avalanche. Tails
You're
means
for 'em,
you're for.
brother.
And it is tails. So Mike, tell me why the Colorado Avalanche are going to win their first round series.
This one doesn't take like a lot of I'm going to break it down to molecular level, as they say, or molecular, as I first said. You're the better team, top to bottom. You, as being the Colorado Avalanche, you're the better team, and you won the first game 2-1, which is closer than I expected, but still, you won it. And then last night in their latest game, they kind of took Anaheim's best punch, and didn't fall down. Forsberg stands on his head. That game's 0-0 going into the third. The bread man, Artemi Panarin scores with 7 minutes left in the third, and you're like, could LA steal one here? And then obviously that's when it's the dudes who are supposed to do it, the stars that are supposed to show up, they showed up a few minutes later when it was Skog scored, assisted by, I'm doing this all off the top of my dome. We looked at it earlier. This is impressive. Skog scored, assisted by Nietzsche and Taves. And then in overtime, it was the GM had to be just popping champagne when Nick Waugh scored, assisted by somebody I can't remember. But the important part is the second assist was Nazem Kadri.
So yeah, the primary assist was Josh Manson.
Yeah, he was greatest trade deadline of all time. I'm just saying.
It led to one goal in the first round of the Stanley Cup playoff.
Dude, that's all it takes is one playoff goal that matters. And GMs are yeah, you should probably sign me to a 20-year, $4 billion contract.
And do you know who their GM is?
But yeah, there's the better team, top to bottom. And I really do. The first game was 2-1 as well, but that second game in particular, I feel like they took the Kings' best punch, and they still came out ahead. And so, it's one of those things where I'm a big person when it comes to the mental part of sports, probably because I'm so insane. That if you're the Kings, you're sitting there going fuck, we had him on the ropes. We let that one slip through. And as an underdog, that weighs on you. So we'll see what happens when they go to LA, if they can get LeBron to come in and play defense or something, if he's right shot. I don't know. But
I assume he'd be right shot, right?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. Doesn't seem like a left shot guy to me.
Not me.
Mike, here's why you're wrong. The top players on the Avs might just simply be cooked. Is there any concern here that it crossed 2 games against the lowly Kings, a team that we believed in so little that we were kind of hoping they played the Oilers, who had a terrible year, just so we could get another Oilers eliminate the Kings. That's how low we thought about them. That we wanted them in a position to lose to the Oilers, a team that we do not believe in. And they've only won by 2 goals. They've only scored 3 goals in regulation and relied on a 50-50 ball overtime game winner by Nick Waugh to take it home. Where's McKinnon? Where's Makar? Makar has 0 points in the series. Where's Brock Nelson? Brock Nelson, 0 points.
You're making the point for them in saying that, and is that you're up 2-0 without those guys showing up. So once they show up, you don't stand a chance.
But what if they never show up? Is my thing.
What
if they're just cold?
Up. The only time McKinnon doesn't show up is when he has a wide open net in the Olympics with the gold medal on the line. Other than that,
when he has a wide open net, and also the first 2 games of the series.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. McKinnon, personally, I think McKinnon does more than just score goals with the way he plays. But I get what you're saying.
Some would argue that he doesn't score goals with the way he plays.
I'm leaving the podcast. This is done. I'm done with this. Really, through 2 games, the Kings have 2 goals, both scored by Artemi Panarin.
First off, Mike, if that is your real name, we're
allegedly
not here to talk about how Scott Wedgwood has turned into Dominic Hasek. We're here to talk about how Nate McKinnon turned into fucking.
You can't turn into Dominic Hasek against the Kings. It doesn't count. It doesn't even
Patrick
matter.
Roy?
Yeah, no. He hasn't turned into anything. He's just still Scott Wedgwood, like he's been all season, putting up solid numbers. I mean, he's putting up great numbers through 2 games of the playoffs when you look at all the playoff teams. But he's playing the Kings, dude. Like, we all knew what the series was going to be when we went into it.
Close.
You know, I will say
close. The series is going to be close.
No,
the way
we
the
all
series
thought it
has
was
been
going to
so
be a
far.
blowout, and I will say I'm surprised through 2 games that the total goals scored is 4-2 Colorado. But
If you're talking regulation goals, Colorado's only up 1 goal in the series.
I'm just saying, like, that's the scare. If I'm LA, that's the scarier part. It's like they haven't even.
Okay, let's.
They
move on.
haven't
Let's talk
hit.
about LA.
They
Let's
haven't
talk about
hit their
LA.
stride yet. Okay,
Let's
talk about LA.
Okay.
Tell me
so
how many points the retiring Anze Kopitar has, real quick.
14, according to what I'm looking at.
I think it's 0. That was the correct answer, actually.
All right. Flipping the coin. Heads, I defend, or I make the case for LA. Tails, you do.
Oh,
Tails, Mike, you are making the case for the LA Kings.
I just shat on them for 2 minutes of audio time. What do you want me to do?
Pretend you didn't?
I mean, the case is all the things Adam said. Is that Colorado, like, going into the series, you were expected to get swept, and you're on. Wait, hold on a second. Let me check my numbers. I gotta run it by my quantitative. You're still on pace to get swept. You are still on pace to get swept.
You're making the case for why they're going to win the series, Mike.
That was just a joke. But on the upside, like I said, 2 close games, 2-1. You're in it. Forsberg playing well, you know, so you can kind of somewhat hang your hat on that. Last game especially, he played very well. So if I'm the Kings, I'm trying to shake off losing in overtime and saying, like, hey, like, this is still alive. We go in there, we steal 1 in Colorado. We come back home, steal another, and then the series is alive. So it's not completely dead yet because you haven't gotten your ass beat 2 games in against arguably the best team in hockey. So you're still alive.
Case against?
Maybe what would help real quick, what would help is if someone other than Artemi Panarin could also score a goal.
Yeah.
Throwing that out there.
Case against, you're getting great play from Artemi Panarin. You're getting great play from Anton Forsberg, which is definitely going to continue. I think
that sounds sarcastic.
Quentin Byfield has been better than I would expect Quentin Byfield to be. I know every year we're like, this is it. This is the Quentin Byfield year. And it's always like, yeah, he's good.
I feel like last year he was really good. This year he didn't really take a step forward like I would have hoped. I feel like you're being a little mean to Quentin Byfield.
He's good. Like, Quentin Byfield's good.
He's good.
But every year we're like, Quentin Byfield, a heart conversation guy?
He's not like the future, like, cornerstone of their franchise.
No. That would obviously be Scott Laughton. But you're getting very good play out of Quentin Byfield. You're getting very good two-way play out of a lot of your players. Even completely washed Drew Doughty, who I think has had some good shifts both ways. And still you're down 2 games. Now, I don't know if you're sitting here being like, well, when's the Trevor Moore breakout game going to happen? Or
never.
Yeah, the Alex Lafreniere breakout game going to happen?
Never.
But there's not a lot of other options to be putting offense out there. And Artemi Panarin's probably not going to average a goal a game for the entire Stanley Cup playoff.
No, and even
unless
even
he does
if he
hit
did,
4 goals.
I was going to say, even if he did, it would mean that the Kings scored only 4 goals en route to getting swept.
If you had to do your internal rankings right now, if we were not allowed to project into the future, we were only allowed to consider what has happened so far, where is Artemi Panarin in your Conn Smythe rankings?
So far?
Yeah. Without being able to project
pretty far.
forward.
He's pretty far down the list.
I don't know. Tied for the lead in goals? That's not true. Actually, I was going
to say that's not true.
Uri Slavkovsky outscored him in 1 game, so...
Yeah.
Mike, any more thoughts on this series? Our first.
No, I guess my last thought is, like, if you're a Kings fan, it is a bummer because you're like, damn, we like had a shot in both these games and we dropped them. And when you're like a massive underdog like them, you're like, all right, what are the chances that we're going to have more games in this series where we actually have a shot to strike? Like, I won't be surprised if, like, I still believe this game is a sweep. I don't care that it was 2-1. The second one was overtime. I still think this series is a sweep.
Okay, so first off, that's the last one I'm going to ask Mike if he has any more thoughts, because he said no and then had more thoughts. Second, any Kings fans that are upset can go ahead and dry their tears with their 2 Stanley Cups they won within the last 15 years. Mike.
Spoken like a man who's never seen his own teams win a title.
Oh, wait, big talk from you, motherfucker.
I was going to say, wait a minute. That sounds familiar.
Next up, the boringest series in the West, Dallas, Minnesota. Currently tied 1-1. Both boring games.
I would never watch this series.
How about we have one competitive game, guys? Just one, you know? Fucking ridiculous. Yeah. Mike, we're going to start with Dallas. As per usual, heads, I will make the case for Dallas to win the series. Tails, you'll make the case. I kind of hope that it just keeps happening where you keep having to make the case for everyone. I wouldn't mind
really
if everything came up tails.
Yeah.
Oh, well, good news, Mike. That one came up heads. So I will be making the case for the Dallas Stars. Here's the case. You already got your one bad Ottinger performance out of the way. Game 1, big old stinker from Ottinger. Bad play. I get that it was 6 goals, and you can always be like, 6 goals doesn't happen just because of the goalie. But that was like a tape don't lie game. Like, Ottinger was out of position. He was getting beat backside. He was getting beat by, one-on-2 situations.
He only let him 5 goals. I think the last one was an empty net. So
fair. He did. The last one was an empty netter. There might have been 2 empty netters now that I'm thinking about it. Let me double check that. But
no, I'm looking at it right now. He had 5 goals allowed.
Okay. But you got your one bad Ottinger performance out of the way. And if Pete DeBoer will tell you anything, it's that when Ottinger does things really badly once and you talk to the entire world about it in your press conference about how much you hate him, A, the franchise will fire you that offseason, and B, he's going to come back and play like the best goalie in the world. And he sure did in game 2.
Did he? He came back and played like a league average goalie.
What do you think league average is now, buddy?
Well, he had a .903 save percentage. What's league average?
League average is like $899 this year. It's like $899.
That's a joke.
This year. No,
that's
seriously.
a joke because there's teams who have I believe you, but there's teams who have dog shit goalies. Like league average among teams in the playoffs. So you're gonna tell me like 903? I'm supposed to wet my pants about it?
Jake Ottinger had a 933 in the second game.
Oh, I was looking at Jesper Wallstedt. You're right. He played a great game 2, Adam. You're absolutely right. Is what I meant to say.
Oh God. But Ottinger is hot. Ottinger has gotten hot. He is back to being the best goaltender in this matchup. We all thought it was going to be Jesper Wallstedt after the first game, but now Wallstedt's washed. Gustafsson's going to play at some point, and Ottinger ain't leaving the net behind. You've taken, you split games, at home. Now you got to go on the road and win a couple, but that's fine because you know what? You're the fucking Dallas Stars. No one goes to your games anyways. So what does it matter if you play in Minnesota?
And fuck Brett Hall, am I right?
Sure. On top of that,
your foot was in the crease.
Sure, whatever you say, buddy. On top of that, you just like your guys aren't even really going yet. You know,
yeah.
Like their top scorer in terms of goals is Jason Robertson, and Wyatt Johnson after the last game, but both those guys have 2. You don't have anyone who's like really cooking offensively. It's coming. It's coming eventually. 5 goals to 8 in the series so far. Any one of these games could just be a huge breakout game for, Miro Heiskanen or something. Mike, your case against.
Can we push back now?
That is the gimmick. I mean, yes.
It's just this series is just an absolute toss-up, in my opinion. I think this is definitely going 7, and we'll see what happens. I mean, if you're Minnesota, you're sitting back there and you're going like, yeah, they got us on the second game, but you know what? When you're the lower seed and you don't have home ice, what's the job through 2 games?
Split.
Take 1.
Yeah.
Just take 1 and take home field or home court or home ice, depending on what sport you play. And they did that, and they did it in an emphatic way, just shelling them 6-1. So I wouldn't be too concerned about the loss in the second one if I'm Minnesota. I think they still got the guys to do it. Jesper Wallstedt, like I said, in that second game when they lost, still had a fantastic .903 save percentage. average, which is way better than league average. So they'll be all right. And so if I'm Minnesota, I'm feeling good. We're going back home, pick up 2, and then the series is entirely in your control. I mean, we saw that when I was in Chicago. We watched one of their last few regular season games when I was sitting on the couch and we were smoking crack and doing heroin. That's what we do when we get together. I threw on like Dallas, Minnesota, and it was just back and forth. It was a great game. So I think we all knew that this series was going to be this way. So,
hey, I know we're not talking about this yet, but I just don't want to risk it and not get a chance to complain about it. Can I make a John Hines complaint real quick?
Sure.
You're down 1 goal in a playoff series on the road as the lower seed, and you pull your goalie for like 60 seconds. Like, they pulled their goalie late in the third, like 17, 18 minutes into the third. They give up the empty netter, and he puts Wallstead back on the ice for the rest of the game. You're down 1. Pull your goal with 4 minutes left. You're down 1 goal. Come on, man. Fucking go for the steal. What are we doing?
Yeah.
Anyways. You ready to talk about the Wild, Mike?
The Wild, go for it.
What are you hoping for? You hoping to defend them or no?
Yeah, I haven't decided yet. I'm waiting for you to tell me what I'm supposed to do.
Well, Mike, I am making the case for the Minnesota Wild.
Let's hear it.
I'm making the case for the Minnesota Wild. Simply, you have had the best players in the series so far, Minnesota.
Yep.
Playoff Joel Eriksson-Ek. Playoff Ek.
Woo! Cooking.
Kirill Kaprizov, you have a better goalie tandem than the Stars have. The Stars are 1 rolled ankle in the crease away. They're 1 too many bodies crashing in to Jake Ottinger away from their postseason being over.
I don't want to cut you off, but that's actually a great point, is that if something was to happen to Ottinger, that's a tank. That's done. Game's over.
That's done. Guess what? Wallstead goes down. You got Gustafsson behind him.
Ooh, Goosty, the goose.
But you got the goose right there. Not only
ready to go.
Not only are we talking goalie tandem that's fucking cooking, and aside from, Jesper Wallstedt's paltry 903 in Game 2.
Better than league average, I'm told.
Joel Eriksson-Ek's cooking. Kirill Kaprizov's cooking to, the tune of being more of a setup guy than a goal scorer so far, but, cooking. Matt Boldy with 2 goals last game. Matt Zuccarello getting on the scoreboard. Let's talk about how these Wild are flying around on offense. We ain't even talking about Quinn Hughes yet. What the fuck's Quinn Hughes been doing? When's Quinn Hughes' game coming off? Come on, just wait for it. One of these days, Quinn Hughes, we're going to see Olympic Quinn Hughes. We're going to see Olympic Brock Fabers. I guess Brock Fabers had a couple of goals.
They were.
Was that
Quinn
game
Hughes
1 where Brock
Quinn
Fabers
Hughes,
had 2 goals?
No, he has had an assist, but Quinn Hughes was +3 and Faber was +4, which I pay more attention to plus minus when it comes to defensemen. That's why I mentioned that.
Game 2, Brock
I think
Fabers
they played
had
good games.
2 goals.
Okay.
They're also like, we kind of talked about this during the season. Quinn Hughes as the 2-way guy who he's evolved into.
Mm-hmm.
Like this wild team, I for years and years, it was like all gas, no brakes. They got some brakes on him now. They got some brakes on him, Mike. By the way, we're about 40 minutes into this podcast, so I think from here on out, what we'll do is we'll do the whole series where the person who gets heads defends the top-seeded team, and the other person defends the bottom-seeded team.
How are we 40 minutes in?
I know. How are we 40 minutes
crazy.
in?
Okay.
What did we talk about?
Well, we bullshitted for like at least a solid 15, but yeah.
Yeah, it was 11 minutes in when we started the podcast. That's fair.
Okay. That's true. There you go.
Mike, make the case against the Minnesota Wild.
I don't want to. I want them to win the series so bad.
That's not how the gimmick works, Mike.
I don't care. I don't want to. I want them to win the series. I'm not making the case against them. Brett Hall's foot was in the crease, Adam.
All right, so
it was in the goddamn crease.
I'll quickly make the case. Hey, the Stars are the better team on paper.
I disagree. I think they're very even.
They're close to even. The Stars are
whose top defensive pair are you taking?
But that's the thing. It's close, right? Because the top defensive pair.
Yeah, it's close.
I mean, and we say pair, but like the top two defensive players on the Wild are Brock Faber and Quinn Hughes.
Right.
The top two defensive players on Dallas, like fucking take your pick, man. Miro Heiskanen, Thomas Harley, Esa Lindell, Tyler Meyer. Like, I don't know, man. Their top two that play together are Miro Heiskanen and Esa Lindell, but still,
I don't know. I just okay.
All right, so from here on out,
I think you are off base in that opinion.
You want to go through forward groups real quick?
I'm just saying, like, I don't like their bottom six. Like, I don't like Dallas's bottom six.
Okay, so
I think you're going to have to.
Here, let's go through this. Here's the top line for the Minnesota Wild. Matt Boldy, Joel Eriksson-Ek, Kirill Kaprizov.
You're not stopping that.
The top line for Dallas was Wyatt Johnston, Mikko Rantanen, and either Jason Robertson or Sam Steele.
Yeah.
So Robertson, Rantanen, Johnston versus Kaprizov, Boldy, Eriksson-Ek.
I'm taking Minnesota. I'm taking Minnesota. I'm taking them to win the series. In 9, they're gonna win it in 9.
If this goes to 7 and none of the games are good, I think they call it a tie and they both have to go home.
Yeah, that's true.
All right, so tweaking the format from here on out. When we go through here, whoever the coin comes up for will defend the higher seed team. The other person will defend the lower seed team.
Okay.
So Mike, Vegas, Utah up next. See, this is why we have 2 coins. It flew off the side of my thumb and went who knows where. This is why we had a backup coin.
I said the Utes. I meant to say the Mammoth, but you know what I meant.
All right, Mike, I am defending the Las Vegas Golden Knights, and you will be defending
that's the easy one.
Utes.
All right.
That's the easy one. The series is tied, brother.
That's true.
Tie ball game up in this biznitch. Let me simply make this case, Mike. There's a lot of things you could talk about with Las Vegas. You could talk about the super-powered deep talent pool that they keep buying. You could talk about how somehow Shea Theodore at 901 years old is still contributing exceptionally well along a blue line that has maybe struggled but is maybe finding its stride. You could talk about how Noah Hannafin has been delivering finally on the promise that was given. But you know what I want to talk about, Mike? You know what I want to talk about?
What are you talking about?
Is Mark Stone just going to be the goddamn best playoff forward in hockey?
Dude, two-way, it's a travesty he hasn't won a Selke yet.
And he won't because he has to sit out the entire regular season for cap reasons.
He only plays 4 games because they need the LTIR money. It's tough.
Mark Stone just, like, occasionally, Tortorella will be like, all right, we're going to do Stone, Marner, Eichel, which is just preposterous to put those 3 guys on one line. But they don't typically play together. Usually, it's Marner and Stone, and Eichel and his collection of forwards. But Stone and Marner, when they were on the ice together, that is such a good 2-way line. Like Stone,
I agree.
What is like the best cross-sport comp for Stone? Like who's a guy that is not fast or athletic, but somehow is always just going to be outrageously productive, just always in the right spots, takes the best angles. He's like Puka Nacua without the anti-Jewish stuff.
I was gonna say Jokic, but not quite like top of the league, best in the world. But Jokic isn't exactly what you would call fast or athletic.
Yeah, he's Jokic. He's Jokic above the shoulders and Chris Paul below the shoulders.
I'm imagining that now, like Jokic and then little Chris Paul legs. Would be pretty good. You haven't even mentioned Barbie though. Barbashev playing great through 2 games, dude.
Barbashev's been putting pucks in net, which we as a enjoyer of goals podcast, we like to see some Barbashev goals.
He's big.
I just got to talk about like how fucking good Mark Stone's been though, man. Like as a podcaster, his minutes on the ice, dominating. His
podcasters
minutes.
love Mark Stone.
Let me see. When he's on the ice, I wonder if I can find his expected goals percentage real quick.
It's 100%.
Does Money Puck do expected goals just for the playoffs, or is there stuff all regular season? I can never remember.
You can do it. I know you can do it by line. I don't know if you can do it by player. Maybe.
His on ice expected goals are 75%.
That's I ran it past my numbers guy once again. That's good.
Mitch Marner.
That's
76%.
really good.
76% expected goals. Mitch Marner.
That's not possible because Toronto fans told me he was the reason. It's all his fault.
Mitch Marner. We spend 8 minutes talking about how lights out good Mark Stone has been, only for Mitch Marner to be better and us not to mention him.
Is that the only, like, if the Knights were to win the Stanley Cup, is that actually the best part of it? Is Toronto fans having to suck on that? Is that Marner won a Stanley Cup?
I think if the Knights win the Stanley Cup, everyone will give Mark Stone and Jack Eichel credit, and no one will mention Mitch Marner's name.
Do you think at the parade they're going to throw tortellini around? Toss it up in the air?
Why, because Pasta's going to be there?
No.
Yeah. Mike,
no, because I'm sending out a goon to take his head off next game. Go ahead.
You want to make the case for the Utah Utes?
Yeah, the Utes, my biggest thing with them is, like, boys, keep playing free. You don't know why you're playing with house money. There's no expectations for you.
They are preposterously fast compared to the Knights.
Yeah. You're
the
fast.
Knights are like skating in water. Like, they are so slow. And then Utah, it's like they have fucking jet propellers in their skates.
You got the young guns out there. You got Logan Cooley cooking. You got all them boys. And it's like, you know what? We've been in Utah for 2 years. Not an expansion franchise, but basically the same thing. And you're here in year 2. Dude, you're playing with house money. You can just go wild. You can go full bore, fuck defense. We're going to go all out and attack. If you win the series, great. If you take 2 or 3 games, also great. You know who has the pressure on them? It's the Knights.
You're not wrong there. I do also like that you're like, you guys can go all offense. They have the most defensive defenseman-ass blue line.
That's true. They do.
It's like, all right, who's your top pair? Mikhail Sergachev and Mackenzie Weegar.
I'm just saying, you know, they're a fun team, so just, like, keep playing your game and say screw it, because you got nothing to lose here. I mean, obviously you can't say that to the boys in the locker room because they're like, no, we're trying to win a Stanley Cup, so I get that. But I think they're set up to be able to just, like, attack this Vegas team relentlessly to try to somehow steal this series from who I think, like, people are. I haven't looked at odds. I imagine Vegas is still the favorite because they're Vegas, but it's really not that far. They're 2 very similar teams in skill, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think
as far as like on the ice, how they've been playing throughout the season.
I think it was like the trendy hipster pick to pick Utah as like the one underdog you're going to pick in your ballot. But
expansion
by the odds,
teams or relocated teams are always the trendy hipster pick.
Well, which expansion or relocation team would you pick here, Mike? Do we still consider Vegas to be an expansion team, or they have been around long enough at this point?
Yeah, it's too long. They're just a team now.
They're just a team. They're out there playing.
They don't even matter.
Here's a team that's just playing hockey, Mike.
It's just a team. Old Torts behind the bench, beating the shit out of a reporter.
By the way, shout-outs to Logan Cooley. Give Logan Cooley more minutes. Yes, he's leading the team. From the forward group, he is leading the team in minutes, but give him more.
More Logan Cooley.
Dude, he keeps taking face-offs against Jack Eichel and Mark Stone, and every time I'm like, oh, buddy.
Yeah, like this team could. I mean, if they had like a really strong like offensive forward, woo, they could mess some shit up. They could also use like an actual goalie and not like having to start a backup caliber goalie. So that'd be nice too.
Fucking tell that to the Vegas Golden Knights, buddy. Hey, you want to do 40 seconds on how JJ Peterka is absolutely the wrong side of the trade?
Oh, definitely. We won that. Well, I'll get to that when we talk Buffalo, but that's the other thing for Utah is like Carter Hart's had a couple solid games. He's not going to keep that up. He's not going to keep that up, boys.
I would argue he's had one good game, and that's about it.
Yeah, he's going to crack. He's going to crack. Don't worry.
All right, Mike. Next series, we have Edmonton Oilers with the 1-game lead over the Anaheim Ducks in the series that I am dubbing the 3-hour flight series.
I love that.
Would you prefer I call it the $143 plane ticket series?
That's way better. 143. That's so cheap.
Yeah, one way.
Still cheap.
It was also one way to Edmonton, which is a place no one wants to go.
Right, no one wants to go. Alberta?
Right,
Fuck that.
I flipped the coin. I've caught it in my hand. I have not looked at the results yet. Are you rooting for a certain outcome here, Mike? This will be for who gets to defend the Oilers.
Ooh. I think I'm a little rooting for the Oilers. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. I can go either way.
Bad news, Mike. Came up heads. So it will, in fact, be me
mean? Oh, okay.
making the case for the Oilers.
Fuckers.
Hey, here's the case for the Oilers. They beat you already, and it was without McDavid or Draisaitl on the score sheet. That doesn't feel good, does it?
I mean, so I was thinking that was literally the slant I was going to take. I will say Leon had 2 assists, but still.
He had one outrageously good assist, and the other one he was like a secondary assist on.
Right. I don't want to help I'm supposed to make the argument for the other team, but still, like, Dickinson had 2 goals and Kapanen had 2 goals, and you lost. That's who beat you?
Do you think if before that game someone had come to you and said, hey, we're going to show you 4 hockey players. Pick out Jason Dickinson. Think you could have done it?
No. I
don't think I could have either.
Not probably enough.
So, look, McDavid played nearly 25 minutes. He was out there a ton. They had a ton of power plays.
24 minutes? Yeah. Oh, is that what you said?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yet, ends up pointless. And guess what? That's just not going to continue. If that continues, live on this podcast, Mike will eat 1 entire hat.
Jordan would never. Would never play 24 minutes and go pointless.
I have heard, and I have not fact-checked, that this is the first time all season that McDavid has gone pointless and the team has won a game. I have not fact-checked
Are you being sarcastic? It has to be... Look, I know at one point during the season they were winless when he went pointless. So you're not totally off base. I'll have to scour the Twitter to find a smarter person who took the time to find it.
I have heard it through the podcast grapevine that this was their first win when McDavid didn't have a point.
That is totally... I believe that.
So that's not going to keep up. Then there's some other guys on this team who are B-tier people who we don't need to talk about that at some point will score. What I will say to Sir Kasperi Kapanen, keep fucking ripping pucks, buddy.
You keep ripping it. How many shots do you have in that first game?
7.
7?
7 shots for Kasperi Kapanen.
Dude, like 200-foot hockey guys are like, fuck yeah, pucks on net.
Dude, Kapanen's just ripping shots. McDavid and Draisaitl, how many shots did they combine for? McDavid and Draisaitl combined for 5 shots.
Dude, Hyman only had 1. He's supposed to be like, his thing is he's a goal scorer. One shot.
Let me list some people just in random order who I'm out on in the Stanley Cup playoffs. Trent Frederic, Adam Henrique, Zach Hyman, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, Jack Roslovic.
Dude, I think we're supposed to touch on it later, but like Dickinson might be on like Conn Smythe watch. 2 shots, 2 goals.
If
100%.
Like if we were not allowed to project forward, we could only react to what's happened so far. Dickinson might be the favorite. Him or Yuri Slafkovsky might be the favorite right now.
Or a little bit of Dan Vladar, Frederick Anderson. We'll talk about it later.
All right, Mike, make the case for why the Anaheim Ducks are going to win this series.
Because you are a fast, fun team, and so you can push the pace and turn these things into high-scoring games like we saw in Game 1, 4-3. And Edmonton has shit goaltending. So games are up for grabs.
Do they?
I watch it.
Do they have shit goaltending? Do they
have shit goaltending?
Or is Connor Ingram turning the corner?
He is not. He turned the corner right into a brick wall.
He's better than any of their other
options. He was supposed to turn right. He was supposed to turn right. He turned left, right into a brick wall. I watched that, and like Edmonton goes up 2-0. They go into the third period, and Anaheim scores 3 goals. The first 2 were they were good goals. I'm not taking anything away from the Ducks, but like that team, Ingram and the Oilers gave up such juicy, succulent rebounds. It was a mess. Like, this isn't
I get that you have him in here as like a more offensive focused defenseman, but like I think I might be able to get a puck past Evan Bouchard at this point.
Right. And that's the thing is Edmonton defensively, they have some guys who can chip in offensively who are on defense, but defensively they're not great at actually playing defense, and their goaltending's weak. So if I'm Anaheim, I'm not straying away from what got me to the dance. Like, yeah, in a normal year, you wouldn't be in the dance. You're kind of lucky with the way things fell. But, like, still, full throttle, open it up, and just go full offense, and you're going to be in every game. This was a one-goal game. It's going to probably continue to be that way with the way the defense and goaltending is for Edmonton. So you're still in this series.
You have to assume you have the better goaltender. I mean, Dostal had a good year. He had a good Olympic run.
He was solid. He was solid.
Yeah. So you got to assume he's going to be better than Connor Ingram, which Connor Ingram is way better than Tristan Jarry. So
That's true.
Ooh. Hey, shouts to Leo Carlson, too. And your boy Troy Terry.
Shout out to Leo. Troy Terry!
All right, Mike, let's move to the Eastern Conference. You know what I'm going to do, Mike? You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to say Buffalo-Boston for the last one. That'll be our main event.
Okay. All right. I love it. I love it.
So we're going to start with Pittsburgh, Philadelphia. Coin flip winner is going to be
Battle of PA.
The Pittsburgh Penguins.
The Gettysburg Battle.
Mike, please tell me why the Pittsburgh Penguins are going to win the series.
I can't tell you.
You can't. I can't.
Am I allowed to say that? I can't.
No, you're not allowed to say that.
I mean, I guess the big thing is right now you're kind of getting goalied, especially in the last game. Like Danny V just sat on your neck. You couldn't figure him out. And you got to like Dan Vladar has actually had a good year, but like we kind of talked about it when we covered Philadelphia as Team Town Alone. Mm-hmm. I mentioned that I like Dan Vladar. If he was my backup goalie playing like a third of the games every season, I'd feel really confident in having him. Being the dude, the starter, I'm not as confident. So you have to figure that's going to start to regress. And so that's where you hope that you can start to make some damage and get back into the series. And that I think that is extremely possible for the Penguins. Like Sid, the kid, as they call him, has not gotten going yet on the score sheet. And some of the dudes you're looking for haven't gotten going yet. So there's two ways to look at that. You can look at it and say like, like the guys who are supposed to be doing the damage aren't, so that must mean we're screwed. Or you can look at it once again, like the Dan Vladar thing, and say that's an outlier. They're going to get it going. And once they get it going, this is a totally different series.
Did you see the like Erik Karlsson interview?
No, what did he say? Did he say I wasn't good enough to play forward, so I became a defenseman that's not really that good at defense, but I score a lot of points? Is that what he said?
Someone asked him like, so yeah, it was like one of the I think it was one of the between period interviews, and someone was like, so what are you seeing out there? And he's like, man, they're just playing so much better than us. Like,
I love that brutal honesty. I also would say, I'm not saying Silvos is a great option, but Skinner's not a great option either, brother. So
Skinner had like a good post-trade deadline. I mean, for Stuart Skinner, he had like a good post-trade deadline in the sense that he was better than Tristan Jarry. But my God, is he not good?
I think when you go down 2-0, both at home, Skinner's letting in 3 goals on 20 shots and then 2 goals on 23 shots. I think like at this point, game 3 is either win it or you're fucked. So I think it's saying like screw it, Silvos, you're going to get the go because Skinner's not working.
I love how in game 1, Philadelphia played like classic Philadelphia style. Not even like this Philadelphia team, because I don't think of this Philadelphia team as like we're going to be a shot suppression possession team. It's like this team can kind of do tricks.
Yeah.
And I like how in game 1 they just played this classic Philadelphia game. They were just like they're not allowing high danger chances. They only allow 18 shots on goal. They're not giving up a ton of power play time. Their penalty kill goes 100%. And you turn around in game 2, and somehow Pittsburgh's just like ripping shots and just Vladar goalies the hell out of them.
Good. You got goalied by Vladdy.
The case for, by the way, can I drop a quick hot take?
Yes.
If we were drafting series, or like if we were going through and ranking our series, So far, the series has been in the top 3 for me. I have had a hoot watching these guys play.
Because it was supposed to be a lot closer.
Yeah,
And especially after game
some
2,
of it, yeah.
where they just shut them out, you're like, fuck, I guess this is like...
Game 2
I
was
wouldn't have
fun
expected
because
Philly to be up 2-0 at this point.
Game 2 was fun because it wasn't like Kane's Sins, where one of the teams is just like choking the life out of another for 2 periods at a time. Or
Right.
I guess Bruins Sabres, where one of the teams is choking the life out of the other for 2 periods at a time, and then the third period they come alive. Like, Game 2 was just... Pittsburgh played so well to get into their stuff on offense, and Dan Vladar just went, I think I'm just going to be the best goalie in the NHL for a game.
Yeah. He literally heard me when we covered him as Team Talon, and even like, Vladar's been playing good, but I don't trust him as like that guy. And he was like, Mike Regan of Talent Alone, my favorite podcast and sports website. I'm prove you wrong.
That is exactly what he said.
That's exactly what he said.
Let me. I'll make the case for Philadelphia short. First off, you're up 2-0. You're up 2-0 and you're going home. Not that it's a long trip, but home ice is home ice.
You
Second,
totally stole that home ice advantage thing.
You are.
You didn't.
Yeah.
You didn't get 1. You got 2, brother.
You're playing in a series against Evgeny Malkin and Sid the Kid and Erik Karlsson, and you have the 2 best players on the ice? Are you kidding me?
Dude, talk about him. Talk about my mans.
Let's talk about Porter Martone, Mike.
Porter Malone. Let's go.
Who the fuck's Porter Malone?
What?
Porter
His
Martone.
first name's not Porter?
His last name's not Malone.
Oh, it's Martone? Oh, we went over this in the last podcast because you were like, is it Martone or Malone?
You always turn that T into an L.
Close enough.
How many regular season games did he play? Like 4, 5 games in their playoff hunt?
Yeah.
Now he's the
He's got 2
first
goals.
rookie to have 2 game-winning goals, which, game-winning goals, because he scored the first goal of the game for Philly in a game they won 3-0.
Yeah.
But he is the first rookie to have 2 game-winning goals ever, and also the first rookie to have 2 game-winning goals in his first 2 playoff games.
Mm-hmm.
This guy is cooking, Mike.
Yeah,
This
he's
guy's
cooking.
He is playing out of his... I was about to say his little mind because he's young, but he's a big motherfucker. So he's playing out of his big-ass mind.
Yeah.
On top of that, Travis Sanheim and Travis Konechny, the Travi. Oh my God, can those guys play some hockey?
They can.
Oh my God. Old man Travis Sanheim, born in 1996. Fucking old. Same age as me.
Yeah.
Not much else to say. Just
Yeah.
Let's just Mike. If Philly makes the Cup final, I say we both buy Porter Martone jerseys and put tape over them and change his name to be Porter Malone.
Okay, you stole my joke, because I was going to say, no, I'm buying a Porter Malone jersey. It's a Porter Malone. It's not a Porter Malone. Anyway, the one thing I was going to say if I had gotten Philly is that just from like watching, especially the last game, they got Pittsburgh rattled, and you can see some of the goals they scored. There's Pittsburgh players just like flinging themselves all over the ice.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like just desperately trying to stop what's happening, and it's not working.
And just one more note for the Penguins, who I'm sure are listening to this podcast for any kind of game advice.
Sid loves us.
Listen, you guys have done great to get here. You were expected to be one of the worst teams in the league. In our preseason draft, I took you to have the worst record in the league.
And I didn't hate it.
We all love the Chris Letang story. The guy had a stroke. He came back. He's playing hockey. That is perseverance. That is perseverance.
Like 2 strokes?
He had 2 strokes, but
Yeah.
that is perseverance. Stop playing Chris Letang so much. Listen, man. He's not
You're playing the boys who have been there, dude.
He's not the guy he used to be. Why?
Because he has no feeling in his left side of his body.
That's why he's always turning right.
Yeah.
Maybe like start giving Sam Girard those top pair minutes. Just it's.
I do like me some Sam Girard.
It's maybe just time to hang him up for Letang, since he can't hang him up themselves because the 2 strokes. Mike. Next series. Carolina, Ottawa. Carolina up 2-0 on the Ottawa Senators. We're going to be flipping for who's going to make the case for Carolina.
Please be Carolina. Please give me Carolina. Please give me Carolina.
Mike, it is heads. So I will be making the case for the Carolina Hurricanes, and you will be making the case. Hey, guess what?
Tough.
Guess what? Carolina fucking did it again, Mike.
What they do?
I'm just gonna real quick here. I'm just gonna sort by expected goals. Not expected goals. By points.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna start reading down the list here. David Pasternak, Joel Eriksson-Ek, Morgan Geekie, Brandon Hagel, Jake Gunsel, Kirk Brizov. Do any of those guys play for the Hurricanes?
They do not.
Okay. Here, Taylor Hall. He plays for the Hurricanes, right?
No, he doesn't.
He does. Troy Terry, Nikita Kucherov, Matt Boldy, Tage Thompson, Matt Zuccarello, Wyatt Johnson, Juraj Slavkovsky, Alex Tuck, Nick Suzuki, Quinn Hughes. Do any of those guys play for the Hurricanes?
Nope.
Huh. So you're telling me that they are dominantly up 2-0, despite the fact that they have two guys in the top 15 of scoring in the playoffs so far?
Just Carolina hockey, brother.
Carolina hockey. Hey, Mike, this series is so fucking boring.
Fucking boring.
I want it
to end so bad.
I really did want to root for Ottawa. I like this Ottawa team a lot. They're a lot of fun. Carolina and Ottawa have a lot in common. So far, the Hurricanes are playing Hurricanes brand hockey. They win the first game in a shutout, despite the fact that they have dog shit goaltending, apparently. Although, props to Playoff Freddy, who had the shutout in Game 1, obviously.
Playoff Freddy's crushing it.
Game 2, they end up in double overtime. Get the win on the weird Martinook goal after the penalty shot, after they already scored the overtime winner. But no way. Who was it that was offsides in that? It wasn't Martinook. It was someone else who was offsides. I think it was whoever carried the puck in.
I thought it was the Dylan Cousins goal to tie it. That was the one that was questionable, right?
No, who was it? I can't remember who it was off the top of my head. We'll just say for sake of argument that it was. I still think that if I keep looking here, I'll figure out who it was. We'll say it was Mark Jankowski. Mark Jankowski carries the puck over the middle. Or sorry, Martinook carries the puck over the middle. Jankowski scores the goal.
Who scored the goal?
No, Jankowski scores the goal. It gets reviewed. We don't know what they're reviewing. It turns out they're reviewing an offsides from like 38 seconds before that.
Oh, Jesus.
Then, after the goal gets overturned, Carolina gets a penalty shot because in that ensuing time between the offsides call and when the play was blown dead, there was a trip that got called to a penalty shot, and apparently that's called a quantum penalty, which is when a penalty takes place in time that shouldn't have happened because of a call.
No, I think that was a Marvel movie, right? With the multiverse, the quantum penalty.
Yeah, the quantum penalty. That's where Scott Bakula was in it. Then Martinook gets the penalty shot, misses the penalty shot. Only the fourth penalty shot in playoff hockey history. Or sorry, only the fourth overtime penalty shot in playoff hockey history. Misses it. Gets redemption. Ends up getting the game winner. But weird set of events. Ended up taking over everything that we were talking about. Obviously, Senators held that one close, but come on, man. When you're getting goaled by Freddie Anderson on a nightly basis, washed Freddie Anderson, only shows up for the playoffs every year, Freddie Anderson, despite the fact that Linus the Penis Olmark is playing out of his gourd suddenly.
Dude, 46 saves on 49 shots. What do you want?
Not great,
what
Jim.
else do you want from the poor man?
That is such a Carolina stat line that they had 49 shots on goal. They had 49 shots on goal.
You want to talk stats?
Yeah.
You want to talk numbies? Here's a great one. So Carolina actually leads all teams in the playoffs right now. They're first with 11 high danger shots. They're also first with 100 low danger shots because they have an entire amount of shot attempts of 135. So those 11 high danger that's leading are 8% of their shots are high danger. It's so fucking Carolina. It is so fucking Carolina, dude.
Andrei Svechnikov in the overtime game. Andrei Svechnikov, 7 shots on goal. Logan Stankoven, 5 shots on goal. Jordan Stahl, 5 shots on goal.
Yeah.
Jordan Martinook, 7 shots on goal. Taylor Hall, 4 shots on goal. Nikolai Ehlers, 5 shots on goal. Jackson Blake 4 shots on goal, and Sebastian Aho 4 shots on goal. Like 2/3 of their forwards had at least
Freddie
4
Anderson,
shots on goal.
8 shots on goal.
Freddie Anderson only had 2 goals so far in the playoffs. Oh, Mike, you want to make the case for the Ottawa Senators?
No, I really don't, because it's hard.
You got to stop doing that. You got to stop just going, nah, not doing it.
This one's really hard because I guess the case for them is like Carolina's gettable. We see that every year. They look so good in the regular season, but their play style, once it gets into the playoffs, it's so gettable.
Yeah.
And they usually succumb to a team that is able to cut down those shots on goal, which I think Ottawa is capable of doing. If they get to their game, they can cut down the amount of attempts that hit Allmark, and that's a big thing. If you can do that, the way they play the game, it starts to affect it starts to affect their offense if they can't just pepper your goalie, and so it becomes a problem. And so I think if they can do that, and if Allmark still, if like this last game wasn't an aberration, an outlier, which it probably was, but if it wasn't and he's actually like locked in for this series, like you're in these games. I mean, shit, you went to overtime, double overtime. You were in that one. You're not entirely outclassed. And I think going into this series, I feel like we both were kind of the mindset that like these are two teams that want to play like somewhat of a different style. And so if Ottawa can just get more to their game of limiting shot attempts, which obviously going to double overtime is going to spike that number that Carolina had, but still, like in the first 60, if they can get to that, they're going to be all right. They can fight back into this. They're going back to Ottawa. I don't think they're going to get swept. I think they're going to win one of those games for sure.
See, so there was one thing you said there that I think I disagree with if I'm reading what you said correctly, and that's that these teams want to play kind of a different style. I think these teams want to play the same style. The problem is so
that's
far,
what I said. They want
okay,
they want to play the
just
same style.
I figured I misunderstood what you were saying there. It just feels like so far Carolina's just doing a better job playing that style where they are limiting Ottawa's shots on goal, while Ottawa's not limiting Carolina's shots on goal. Although, maybe
especially
allowing
that first
only
game.
in the first game, allowing only 29 shots on goal is limiting the Hurricanes to a level, but the double overtime game allowing nearly 50 shots on goal, that's tough. That's tough.
Right, but like in the first game, which Carolina won 2-0, and it was a pretty boring game, and they just took care of business in Carolina Hurricanes fashion. Ottawa had 22 shots on goal. They limited that. Now they have similar styles, but like you were saying, Carolina played that style better than Ottawa played that style.
Who's your who's your favorite player in this series?
I mean, I'm a mark for defensemen, so like Sanderson and Slavin. I love watching them play hockey.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's good. I just wanted to say something positive. We were very negative on the series. I also like Sanderson and Slavin.
But I'm still ready for the series to be over.
And once again, just quick shout-outs to Linus the Penis Olmark, who is playing his best hockey in literal years.
That one game?
Both games he's played exceptionally well.
He played well, yeah. It's not his fault. Linus, it's not his fault.
Just in time for him to get eliminated. Hey, you can't make that joke anymore. He's not in Boston.
That's true.
Mike, on to arguably the best series so far, Tampa Bay, Montreal.
Oh, yeah.
Coin flip for who's going to make the case for Tampa Bay. And as it is tails, Mike, please make the case for Tampa Bay.
Where's it? Well, once again, you bounced back. You got that win in OT yesterday, which that was good. I think there's a little bit. I think Tampa, when they want to, they don't always do it. When Tampa wants to, they can turn up the physicality, and I think that's something they have over Montreal. And so that benefits them. Also, Tampa can totally take command of the series if you just stop taking dumb fucking penalties.
Oh, my God. No kidding. That first game was wild. There was like 10 power plays in the first game.
Yeah. Montreal has had 9 power plays, and they're 4 for 9 on them, leading teams in the playoffs right now. Stop taking penalties.
It's not great.
I got so worked up I dropped a headphone. So like that's like if you cut that down, you're going to be all right. And also, you haven't even gotten good goaltending play yet. So if the hope is if Fassi gets his shit together, which he's been trying to do since the Olympic break, this is going to be a totally different situation.
Are you sure?
Also,
are you sure you're not looking at Jesper Wallstadt's stats again?
No, I'm looking at Vasi. He hasn't played great this series.
He had a good game too.
Game 2. Game 1, not so great.
Game 1 he was getting beat like blocker side or glove side by Yuri Slafkovsky, who just turned into the Russian sniper.
Yeah, and so like that's such a big thing is just don't let them go. That's a deadly power play Montreal has because of the fucking guns they have. So don't let them go on that. You can keep these games close, and I think that is where Tampa Bay can win. And also, you have you have Cooch, who's already a dude, and then you also have Hagel, who's in Conn Smythe conversations right now because he is involved in everything. He's going to get back to play defense. He's going to hit dudes. He's going to get in fights and knock a bigger man down with one punch. And he's scoring right now. I think he has isn't he tied for the lead? He has 3 goals in 2 games, plus 1 assist, 4 points, 2 games.
Let me see here. He is currently tied for the lead in goals with the aforementioned Yuri Slafkovsky. Mm-hmm. This series also, this is just going to be the special teams series. Whatever team special teams play better, apparently, because they're both getting called for tons of penalties. And they both also have ridiculously good power plays. Mm-hmm. So it's just who's going to be the guy left holding the bag on the too many slashing penalties issue? I will also say this about Tampa Bay. Not only has this been the Brandon Hagel series so far, just quick stick taps for J.J. Moser.
Oh, yeah.
Victor Hedman is getting the Victor Hedman treatment, which is when you're old and slow, so they quit you. J.J. Moser's just stepped up, man. As their top defenseman, he's been awesome. And obviously, we here at Town Alone love Darren Radish more than we love any of our own parents. So
it's also it's so playoff hockey for the guy who scores the overtime goal. Be J.J. Moser. Of all the people.
Yeah.
J.J. Moser with the game winner. And also, if you're Tampa, you're sitting there going on home ice, we lost the first game. You lost it in overtime.
Yeah, 2 overtime games so far. Yeah.
2 overtime games. I personally, as a Sabres fan, we'll talk about that series next. If the Sabres win, they got to play one of these 2 teams. So I hope when they go to 7 overtimes, I hope they're exhausted come next series.
7 overtimes would be the equivalent of playing 2 extra games and then another period.
Yeah.
The case for Montreal. Listen, your goaltending stabilized a little bit. Dubs. Tough first game. Bounces back in the second one. Has a really good game, too. You pushed it to overtime twice against presumptively the best team in the East. And on top of that, fucking big game Slafkovsky. Hattie in the first one.
Slafkovsky's such a dude.
He is like the who's that golfer that everyone hates? Bryson DeChambeau. Who's the guy that's only shows up for the big tournaments?
Koepka?
Yeah, he's like the Brooks Koepka.
Yeah.
Regular season Slafkovsky is good, right? He's good.
He's good, yeah.
I don't know if we'll get to the Hart conversation with him ever, but Olympics, awesome. The first Olympics he played in, awesome. The second Olympics he played in, awesome. Playoffs, awesome. Slafkovsky just loves the limelight, man. He loves it when the spotlight's the biggest. He loves it when all the pressure's on. This man,
that's what they call him. They call him Big Game Yuri.
This man is he's like boiling water in Denver, I guess the opposite. He's like boiling water at sea level because that's where there's more pressure. Water boils faster the higher up you are because there's less pressure. So
when I'm trying to make some pasta, I should get on my roof, get that higher altitude.
Yeah,
trying to boil that water. Okay, there you go.
And you got a lot of pasta to make to throw at Tortorella. So
that's true.
This is gonna be a crazy rookie class when you think about it. Demidov hasn't really done anything in the playoffs yet, but between Porter Malone, as you call him, and Matty Shafes, those 2 guys are gonna be awards dudes. It seems like.
Yeah,
and
I got
Dylan Gauthier.
Yeah, so
not Dylan Gauthier. Who's the guy on the other guy? Jesus fucking Christ, the other Ducks guy.
Oh,
Bennett
he had a great year.
Bennett
Yeah, Sadekadekady. Yeah, that was it.
Him.
Yeah, if Matty Schaefer wasn't otherworldly, that man would probably be the Calder winner. It's unfortunate. So we have one series left to talk about, and speaking to that, as a Sabres fan, I was watching Tampa Bay Montreal last night, and I was like, I think I want to play Tampa Bay more than I want to play Montreal.
Well, you can give it to Tampa Bay. You did it all year.
We've played them. I feel confident. I just like Montreal offensively, it just feels so like clicking. They're clicking and they feel vibes fueled to a point where like I feel like against Montreal we're gonna get into like a breakneck pace and be flying up and down the ice, and that scares me. That scares me a little bit.
Yeah, Montreal likes to get out and run.
Mm-hmm.
Should we stop and just talk about how once again we have not mentioned him and he's just fucking awesome, but Kucherov.
Kuch is great, but he scored. I think he scored last night, right? And they said it was his first playoff goal since Carter was in office or something crazy.
Yeah. He scored the goal in the third to tie it up.
Yeah. Huge.
Hey, you know what else I've been thinking watching this the Canadiens Lightning series?
Hey, you've been thinking?
I know that he has like practiced with Team USA in the past, but he's half American, half Canadian, so he could pull this off.
Mm-hmm.
Team Canada really could have used Lane Hudson during the Olympics instead of fucking rolling out Drew Doughty's corpse.
I 100% agree.
Yeah.
And if Canada won that game, I'd be sitting here bitching saying we could have used Cole Caulfield, who, by the way, Cole Caulfield walked into the playoffs and was like, you know what, I'm just going to set other guys up. 3 assists so far in 2 games.
Yeah. That's why they call me Assist Caulfield.
They call me Apple Caulfield.
Same thing with Nick Suzuki, who I think has had like a relatively quiet playoff so far, especially like on the defensive end.
3 assists.
He's usually a defensive grinder.
Yeah.
He's been a little bit of a secondary assist merchant.
Yeah, it was, like that's why like I should hate this Montreal team as a Sabres fan. I should not be rooting for them, but I love so many players on this team. It's so hard between Suzuki, Caulfield, Hudson, Sikorsky, the guys we named. So
didn't even mention the goalie Dubs.
Those aren't boos you're hearing.
They're saying Jacob. This is going to be such a great naming guys series in a few years. It doesn't work great for the naming guys because I think all these guys are going to be guys. But just like we were rattling off there, like Slafkovsky, Suzuki, Ivan Demidov, Kirby Dak, Lane Hudson.
Man, the big Dak.
You go over to Tampa Bay. We talked about JJ Moser, Darren Radish, Braden Point, Corey Perry, Brandon Hagel. Like there's just so many guys that are likable. Once again, I did all that, and I also did not mention Nikita Kucherov. Who?
So gun to your head right now, before we move on. Is it going 7? Is the series going 7?
No.
Really? Yeah. Okay. Who's winning in less than 7?
I'm taking Tampa in 6.
Okay.
Fuck, do I love this Canadiens team, man? But I do not believe in that goaltending to hold up.
No, I don't believe it. Yeah.
And there's gonna be some part where the dam breaks, right? Like
it's gonna be
there's gonna be
shift.
An ugly game.
Vasti goes up, Dobes goes down.
There's gonna be an ugly game where Tampa wins by 4 or 5 goals on dubs before like even an empty netter. And at that point, there's no putting the toothpaste back in the tube.
Yeah.
It's gonna be to the point where like say game 3, it all breaks apart. Like by game 5, they're gonna put Monte Ball in because it's gonna be like, oh, they gotta do something.
Monte Ball.
All right, Mike. Final series here: Buffalo, Boston. I'm not flipping the coin. You make the case for Buffalo.
Okay. So I think the thing with Buffalo right now is we just have to. I've heard it. I've seen it online. Get back to playing your game. We're not playing our game. That doesn't like really perfectly. It's partially right. They have to get if they can get back to playing their game. That's going to be a big benefit for them. I think if they can just they got so enamored with we have to match the Bruins' physicality, but they're not matching it in the right way, right? They think matching it means like any guy who has the puck near the boards, we're going to try to slam their head through the glass. That's not matching physicality. Matching physicality would be,
like the way that I have been thinking about it is it's like Lindy Ruff during every period break is just writing the hit count on the whiteboard, and that's it.
Exactly. It's not matching physicality isn't so much just hits. It's like, dude, like Boston's doing their thing right now as far as like clogging up the middle when they're in their defensive zone and just like not letting shit happen in there to lower like high danger shots. And so like physicality is getting dudes inside in that middle and shoving motherfuckers out of the way. That's physicality, winning those fights. And so I think if they just get back to more of their game and play physically smart, they're totally in this. I feel like the end of game 2 or game 1 where they had the comeback, we saw them get more to like what they like to do. Even like I was going into like early in the third period as a Sabres fan last night, I was ready to like drive to the Golden Gate Bridge and just take a total like header off of it. Like I was just done. Down 4-0. And then we kept fighting. In those last 10 minutes, we put in a couple of goals. And what you saw in those couple of goals is what Buffalo has to get back to, is they need to – a big part of our offense all season was that our defensive players, like a Dahlin, like a Byram, like a Power, they drove that offense. Even Power, who doesn't have a lot of points this year, when you watch the Sabres play, you see how valuable he is from a transition standpoint and a zone entry standpoint. You know, we have to get back to those guys driving that play. And so I feel like if they just get back to their game, make some lineup adjustments. We need to stop with this bullshit about like there's tinks like Ostlund got hurt, right? And I saw a thing the other day because he's healthy now, and I was reading an article. They were like, "Oh, it might be tough for him to get back in the lineup because Norris came back and so came back, and so it would put him on the fourth line. But that fourth line of Dunn, Greenway, and so has really been clicking. Well, you know what else was clicking? When Ostlund was on the fucking roster.
Yeah.
When we turned shit around. So I don't want to see any more Dunn. Okay, I want to see some Noah Ostlund. I want to see Metza. You know, like I think there's just I think they got sucked into that comeback, right? In game 1, they thought we're fine. And they didn't make the adjustments. If you make the adjustments, they're back in the series, and there's no problem. And if they also don't make stupid mistakes like UPL, you know, getting scored on from center ice and being like, oh, puck popped over me. What are the chances? It's crazy. The funny thing is the goal he let in after that was the more egregious, the one that really pissed me off. But so I guess my big case for them is like I think the adjustments they need to make aren't that hard. They're simple adjustments. And if you make those, you can win the series. It's still there.
Yeah, and I'll say they're getting what they need out of Tage Thompson. And
in game 1,
that's gonna do a lot of the heavy lifting for what they need because right now, so far, it's looked like Buffalo has the best goal scorer in the series.
Also, 0 for our last 30 on the power play. That can't last forever, right?
I mean, you know.
That has to eventually change, right? It's bad when you are a fan of a team and, like, there's a play and the crowd starts roaring because the ref doesn't, like, call the penalty, and you're like, oh, thank God, I don't want to go on the power play. That's just 2 lost minutes. I don't want to deal with that. But that has to eventually turn around, right? I wrote a little anagram down here. I wrote ITFPL. I have no idea what that meant when I wrote that down. That was an abbreviation for something. And I have no fucking clue.
I don't
What could that
fucking
possibly
punch
be?
leprechauns.
I don't know. I also think it will be good for Buffalo to go on the road in a weird way. We were a great road team once we started like getting hot in December. And also those first 2 games in Buffalo were so like high energy, like we're back here. Shit went crazy. For them to like go on the road and like almost to get away for that for a second might be a good thing in a weird way.
All right. I'll make the case for Boston briefly here.
They're pieces of shit. I agree. You're absolutely right.
Easily the best goaltending in the series. And that does a lot of work because the most important position is goalie. What?
You know what I was thinking?
What?
I'm sorry. Just based on like how Vasi has played so far, I was sitting here and I was going like, shit, is Buffalo like facing the best goaltender in the playoffs right now? Like if we can get by Swayman, is everything else going to be easy?
Yeah, so far you guys are. Swayman's been ridiculous
and
in those first 2 games.
Vladdy's been cooking.
Big V.
V
and then the other thing is if you're going to have Pasternak, who's going to keep playing well, and Morgan Geekie, who's just like when he's cooking, and you just have like a second guy in that elite tier of score, like Morgan Geekie ended the season with 39 goals.
Yeah.
Yeah, like if you're going to get both those guys going, and then Victor Arvidsson chipping in, that offense is starting to look a little unstoppable at that point.
Yeah, when those guys down the line start chipping. I mean, Geekie's had a great year, but like Arvidsson chipping in was big for them. They got what's that one dude's name? That young center, Kastelik or whatever.
Yeah, Ross. No, I almost called him Roslovic.
Yeah, like down the he's a problem.
Yeah. Mark Mark Kastelic.
Yeah, the Sabres obviously listen to you, Adam, and believe that face-off percentage doesn't matter because they're like the worst face-off percentage team in the playoffs, and we're like down in the bottom, like fourth of the league during the regular season. So apparently they think you're right, that face-off percentage doesn't fucking matter.
That's overrated.
Can't win a
That's
fucking face-off. And we're sitting here going, why is our power play so bad? Oh, gee, I don't know. We can't win a fucking face-off.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, they only lost by 1 face-off in the first game.
It doesn't.
And they only lost by 6 face-offs in the second. What are you talking about?
No, the percentages are way worse than that. That doesn't add up.
54 to 45 in game 2. Game 1 was 50 to 49.
I don't believe that. It looks way worse. Hampus Lindholm is like a perfect 75 for 75 on face-offs in this series. That dick. Anyway.
Why is
also,
can I ask you a quick follow-up question?
Mm-hmm.
Why is Hampus Lindholm taking face-offs?
Oh, is it Elias Lindholm?
It's Elias.
Yeah, I missed.
Hampus
Wrong
is the
Lindholm.
defenseman. Yeah.
Yeah, I apologize. Wrong Lindholm. To speak, since you're saying why the Bruins will win, which they won't, by the way, but still, I will say Pasta's such a big thing of it, dude. 1 goal, 4 assists, 5 points so far in 2 games. The dude's cooking. He's the guy who he's the guy as a Sabres fan. When you watch the games, every time he has the puck, you're like fuck.
But I will say that goes 2 ways because I think right now Boston fans, every time Tage gets the puck in the offensive zone, they're like fuck.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, at game 1 he was obviously true part. Game 2 he wasn't there quite as much, but that was the big thing I noticed through game 1 and then 50 minutes of game 2 was just where's Darlene? Where's Byram?
Yeah.
And
yeah, I agree.
Both of their third period goals. The first one was Byram just on a long shot because I kind of said third period just get some goddamn pucks on net. Because game 1, Buffalo shelled Swayman and eventually got through. Game 2, Boston was like, that's not happening.
Yeah.
You're not getting these shots through. And that's what
Yeah.
they did great. They adjusted very well. So then Byram throws one up there, gets in, and then the other one was Dowling threw one towards the net, it got deflected. That's what we need to be. I get these defensemen more involved, and we got to get
Buffalo is getting way more offensive zone time and way more shot pressure, and I think that's going to tip in their way. I would still take Buffalo to win this series. I think these first 2 games have been deceptive because Jeremy Swayman has been absolutely standing
ridiculous.
on his own. Yeah. Mike, before you start talking, because I'm worried that we're going to get sucked into another 6 minutes of podcast about this game. We got 3 games tonight. I'm going to list them off. I want you to give me your instant reaction the second they're going to be over. So just pretend that you already know the end, because by the time people are hearing this, these games would have already ended. So we're going to react to the end of the game before they happen.
Hit me.
Pittsburgh at Philadelphia, 7 p.m. puck drop.
Oh, my God. Sidney Crosby might just want to retire. They're down 3-0.
Yeah, I think that's accurate. My reaction is, man, I can't believe they pulled Stuart Skinner in the first period. Dallas, Minnesota, Game 3, 9:30 puck drop. Series tied 1-1.
Did you see that game? It went to triple overtime.
Man, I can't believe Quinn Hughes owned gold. I can't believe it. And then a 10 p.m. puck drop. Game 2, Anaheim, Edmonton. They don't want people to watch this game. They don't want
I'll watch it. I'll be up.
10 p.m. puck drop, Anaheim, Edmonton. Mike, give me your reaction.
Senekani, 2 goals.
That's crazy. It's crazy that Bennett Senekani had 2 goals and Connor McDavid had 4.
Yeah, I was going to say. And they lost 7-2.
All right, Mike, let's do a quick Conn Smythe watch here, and then we'll get out of here. Mike, give me your top 3 right now for Conn Smythe.
Okay, I'm going to ignore you. So we already touched on Pasta, so that doesn't count as one of my 3. We already touched on Hagel, so that doesn't count as one of my 3. So I'm just going to go ahead and talk up one of my favorite positions in hockey that I'm extremely critical of and say that every person signed to a big contract at this position sucks. That's goaltender. We got some goaltenders firing. We got Freddie with a .78 GAA and a 96.7% save percentage. Vladdy, obviously 1 goal GAA and a 95.6 save percentage. And then, you know what the funny thing is? Those dudes are probably more likely to get Conn Smythe talk than the third guy who has great numbers because of the team he's on. Scott Wedgwood.
Yeah.
0.94 GAA and a 96% save percentage. No one will talk about him because he plays on a stacked fucking team.
Hey, do you think when like he cross passes Darcy Kemper just puts a glove on his shoulder and goes, "I get it"?
It's the meme where the two dudes are on like the what's it called? Like you seen like the James Franco meme from that movie?
Oh yeah, from the Ballad of Buster Scruggs.
They both got the noose around their necks, and James Franco's like, "First time." Yeah. That's Kemper saying to Wedgwood, "First time."
Okay, so I have in my top 3, in no particular order too. I have Jeremy Swayman. Once again, I'm trying not to project too far forward. I'm trying not to project just being like, here are the 4 teams that might make the Cup final, so I'm only going to pick from them.
Mm-hmm.
So Jeremy Swayman, who is literally the only reason Boston is winning that series. Like, I think through 2 games, Buffalo's a hair short of 70 shots on goal.
Yeah, I mean, I guess late in the third period, we really kicked up our shot attempts in game 2. In the first 2 periods, it was like, Jesus Christ, why can't we get through this? I think that's because, and not to go off on a tangent, but in like period 3, we stopped doing all this bullshit where we kept just like flinging the puck to the center of the ice in front of the net and not connecting with the guys we were going for. And it was like, what are we fucking doing?
You know how I agree. You know how when we were watching chess when you were here, how they have like that clock that ticks down when it's their turn?
You need me to do that?
Yeah, for every week going forward, I'm going to give you like 6 minutes of Saber time.
Okay.
And the clock just ticks down whenever you're talking about the Sabres.
You gotta put that up on the video version of the pod. Mike's Saber time.
After that, Juraj Slafkovsky.
Yeah.
He only has 3 goals. He doesn't have any points outside of that. But the dude is absolutely having another breakout playoffs where he is just fucking hammering the puck at the goal. He ends up getting 3 in past potential Conn Smythe award winner Andrei Vasilevsky.
Yeah.
And Mike, I think I gotta go with Logan Stankoven. I don't wanna pick a Hurricane. But you know who he's playing a lot better than? Mikko Rantanen, who he was traded for. And 2 goals. He's got a primary assist on top of that. And you know what? Just 200-foot hockey guy, man. That guy plays both directions. He's playing the second most important position in all of hockey, behind goaltender. He's playing second line center.
Dude, just considering how voters take name value into things, saying Stank in your top 3 right now for Calder or Conn Smythe is wild. I respect it. I love it.
So my 3 were Juraj Slafkovsky, Logan Stankoven, Jeremy Swayman. Mike, that's all I got. Any final notes?
No, we're running long on time. So I had another thing down I wanted to touch on, but it's not important at all to the playoffs, so we're going to move on past it.
Not important to the playoffs. Is it news from this week?
Oh, no, it was just like a podcast I saw with a reputable insider talking about Kevin Adams. So.
Oh, you mean that Kevin Adams might get hired by Vancouver?
No, it was actually before that news came out, which is wild. Sorry, Vancouver.
Vancouver is really buying into the whole, well, Kevin Adams made this team. So.
Yeah.
Mike, any plugs?
80% of it was already there. Just a fun point to make sure people know. Go ahead.
I asked if you had any plugs.
Yeah. Tune in for our draft stream. I'm probably stealing your thunder, but we're going to do an amazing NFL draft stream tomorrow on the Town Alone YouTube page, so everybody should tune into that. That's going to be awesome. I'm super excited for that. Other than that, follow me at the socials that are in the show notes. And also, I know I've been talking about my NFL Draft Day 3 Darlings article, and you guys all keep thinking like, oh, typical Mike talks about an article, doesn't do it. I actually am doing it. It's actually done. It's written up. I'm just going to update it throughout the first 2 days of the draft, and then if Adam can do it, I'm going to talk to him about this after we stop recording. Just throw it up after day 2 ends, so the players in my day 3 Darlings are still available on day 3.
Yeah, I should be able to do that.
There we go.
So just to clarify what Mike said there, he said tomorrow because we're recording this podcast on Wednesday. It probably will not come out until Thursday morning. So just to put an exact time and date to it, we are doing a live stream on our YouTube channel that is at Talent Alone Podcast. If you are watching the video version of that is this YouTube channel. If you didn't realize that, you're a little dumb. But that's okay. It's okay to be dumb. You can be dumb in this world. If you are listening to the audio version, obviously, youtube.com/at Talent Alone Podcast, or click on the link in the description. We'll be going live 7:45 Eastern, 6:45 Central. That's 15 minutes before the start of the draft. Getting nice situated. We got a drinking game to go along with. We got mock draft ahead of time. We'll be sitting there shooting the shit. Mike will poop his pants live on air if Malachi Lemon is the first wide receiver off the board. Be sure to tune in for that. We'll also be back on our other channel on Sunday. That is our gameplay channel at Talent Alone Stream. That is where all of our streams live these days. So if you just like our personalities, be sure to head over there. Otherwise, I'll be back on Friday with Tyler Karkar, the podcast, to do NBA playoffs. We're doing one question for every team. My question for the San Antonio Spurs is, why didn't you give Wemby some headgear? And you can follow us at all of our socials in the description below. That gives you updates on when things are happening. Mike actually tweets entertaining stuff. I just tweet out about 65 to 70% of the time when we post stuff.
Outside of that, minute, but still.
Outside of that, since we don't have, or we don't do shout-outs on Baskey, would you care to guess what Tanner Janot's point total is against the Buffalo Sabres this year?
1 point.
You would be correct. It is 1 point in 3 games against Buffalo.
Bitch.
And with that, Mike, let's get out of here.